think about your teenage daughter. Now think about her two best girlfriends. Now think about if all three of them were pregnant. Would your daughter be one of the three who graduated high school, or would she be one of the two who dropped out? Would your daughter be willing to try and make a successful marriage at her young age, or would she make a part of the 1/3 of mothers who are single teenagers? These are all real chances. These are all real choices that your daughter could have to make. These are all real choices that you could have to help her make. So what do you think? I am partially biased, as I was a teenage mother myself. However, I had the means to raise my child with as much help as her father was capable of. However, I understand that not everyone has the same lifestyle that I did. This is why I think that adoption is the best option for the birth parents, adoptive parents, and the child when the mother is not sufficiently capable to raise her child on her own. According to the American Pregnancy Association, there are many benefits to adoption, especially open adoption. The first of these is that all medical bills can be covered. This would relieve a huge stress off of any birth parent's shoulders because then they don't have to pay them and it's not something to worry about. It also relieves stress because now they know that their baby's safety is insured in case of an emergency. Another benefit is that they get to choose the family. In an article written by an anonymous writer whose screen name is Superdork, she said that she was given several personal profiles created by families ready to adopt. Each personal profile had a biography, of photos of their home, their family, and just a brief description of their life. She said that it gave her peace of mind because she was able to know the family and pick them herself and really understand who they were as people. Another benefit of open adoption for the birth parents is the counseling that is available. There is counseling available before, during, and after the pregnancy or adoption, and can be continued for as long as needed. There are also many support groups for other parents who have given up their children for adoption. It can be a very traumatic event for the birth parents just because that's a loss, but it can also be traumatic for adoptive parents, but in a different way. It's always awkward at first because they're having to make an adjustment and they are worried about making a connection with a child that isn't truly theirs. But it's mostly a joyful experience. They have the child that they always wanted, but they couldn't necessarily have. It was their chance at the life that they wanted. Another benefit for the adoptive parents is that they have access to medical records, appointments, and they're able to be notified when the baby is born so that they can go see him or her. They are able to experience the joy of pregnancy in a way that they could not personally do. They can have pictures and sonograms, they can hear the baby's heartbeat, they can be there when the baby is born if the mother so chooses. And for a lot of them, it's their last hope and their saving grace, and it's the only way to make their life whole. Benefits for an adoptee is that they are going to be supported. They will not have to endure the hardships that most of them would with a single mother. They will be supported financially. Clothing and shoes would not be something that they would have to worry about. A ride to school, a hot meal every night when they come home is not something they have to worry about. They also receive a lot of love, but it's love without the stress and tension that could be found in a home with a single mother or even two teenage parents. It's also a more stable environment. They have a roof over their heads at all times. Another benefit would be that they can also have siblings. Older, younger, brother, sister, 1, 2, 3, however many. And the benefit of having siblings is that most likely these siblings would also be adopted. They could help them through transitions if need be. They could help them to understand why it is that they were placed in the family. As with any benefits, there are always downfalls. Most of these are aimed at the birth parents. It's a very traumatic and painful experience, especially for the mother, because it goes against every maternal instinct in her body to give up her child. According to Dr. Vinsberger, who founded a website called Birth Mother Resources, depression is the most common response a birth mother or birth father experiences in placing a child for adoption. It's never easy, and their grief can lead to denial, which can lead to anger, which can also lead to guilt. But in the end, it's still best for everyone. It relieves the stress off of the young couple, and it fulfills a couple's dream, and the child has hope for a better life. everyone gets to feel lucky because the birth parents and adoptive parents found each other and they were able to come to an understanding of how the child was going to be raised. The adoptee gets to know where they came from, who their parents were, and why they were given up. And they get to know that it was because they needed the best life that anyone could give them. Open adoption should not be seen as the easy way out. It should be seen as a wonderful opportunity to give a newborn child the best life he or she could possibly have.